Okay, sorry, I had to check something real quick. So okay, I'm gonna just do a recap of what I was saying because I had some issues with my internet, so I apologize. This is gonna look weird if you're like watching this, but I had some issues and I had to fix it real quickly. So I'm just gonna go through my keynotes. If this looks like a super short stream, it's because I had more going on, but then an issue happened with my previous VODs. So I'm just gonna go through this stream really quick. So I apologize if this looks kind of jank, but we're just gonna go through it. So the first keynote I will talk about is what's gonna happen in April. So basically, I'm going on a family trip next week. I'm not gonna say the dates for privacy reasons. I'm actually going on 2 trips. The first one will be an anime convention that I go every year. It's happening this weekend. But the important trip, the one that's a big deal for me, is I'm going on a big important family trip next week. And that it's one of the reasons because I've been spending like the last like couple of weeks preparing for that big trip, but also for this upcoming anime trip. And that's one of the reasons why today I decided to make today like the last day that I'll be streaming until I get back. Keep in mind, this is not like a graduation. I'm not going away or nothing like that. I'm just going on a trip, but I will be back like on the 20th. Now keep in mind, when I say 20th, I just mean that I'll come back on that day. Actually, I think it's the previous day or whatever, but basically the thing is that on that week I won't be streaming on the 20th. Like I'll be streaming probably later that week, but I'll be back that week. Like y'all know I'll still be active on social media. So if you have like X or like Blue Sky or whatever, you know, Twitter, whatever, I'll still be active there, but like stream wise I will not be active because I'm going on a trip. So that's pretty much all you need to know. So the trip itself is like, okay, this is the next keynote, so I'll just talk about it. I won't talk about the location for privacy reason, but all you need to know is that this is a trip where I'm gonna get to see my grandmother for the first time in 8 years. I think it's been like 8 or 7 years, because the last time I saw her was right before COVID happened. So obviously when COVID happened, we couldn't like leave or anything. And I've been wanting to take this trip since last year, but it was like there was a few things we had to take care of, like between me, my dad, my mom, like a few other stuff. But finally we planned everything out. We bought the tickets, we have the date secured, we got the time off secured. So hopefully everything works smoothly, but honest to God, I'm very excited for this trip. I'm very happy. Like, I get to see my grandmother, my relatives overseas, you know, like over there, you know. Like I have a lot of relatives that live with me in the States, but most of my family live here from both sides, but I have some relatives that still live in like, you know, the Caribbean. So I've been wanting to visit there for a while and everything. So again, all you need to know is that this weekend I'm going to an anime con, so technically I'm taking 2 trips, but the big trip, the one that I need to take some more time to prepare for, is happening next week. So I still got to get some stuff done, which is why I'm not this will be the last streaming day. So yeah, okay, well the 3rd is like coming back, so like, you know, like I said, I'm gonna be back on the 20th, but I'm not gonna stream on that day. It depends on how I feel, but most likely I'm probably either not gonna stream. I'm probably gonna either stream at the end of that week or like maybe possibly next week, depending on like what I gotta do, what I gotta take care of. But let's just say that I will be back and I'll let people know. I'll keep people updated, so if you follow me on the social media accounts, you'll know everything. Now the last 3 things are something a little bit important. Again, this might end up being way shorter than I planned, just because like I had issues earlier with OBS, so I had to like restart the stream. But the 4th thing I want to talk about is what's going to be like my main project plans coming back. So there are 2 main things that I'm going to be focusing on. I already did a thing a while back about how starting March I'm going to be focusing on art projects and other stuff, so I might not stream often. when I get back, that's gonna also apply. I do want to keep streaming. Like, obviously I still like streaming. There's still a few games I want to try, but in terms of the main plans, all I'm gonna say is that one of them, I'm working on a book, like a legitimate book, and I want to actually dedicate, like, it's one of my more serious projects. So I'm not gonna be able to like share too much information, but it is a book that I'm working on and I'm very serious about it because it's something I wanted to do for a long time. And then the second thing I'm working on is oh my god, it slipped my brain. No, oh right. I'm actually going to try to work on some merch because in August I'm actually going to be going to another con, but this time I'm going to be going to another con to actually sell stuff. But I also am thinking of trying to open maybe like an online store. I'm still debating on it, but what I would like to do is sell like custom made stuff that I make. I have a few things I want to sell and I have a few ideas of what I want to do. So that's going to be something that I'm going to be prioritizing. There's another thing I'm hoping to get done possibly in the summertime, but it really comes down to how the book goes. My hope is that I can get the book. Actually, wait, what did I put about, hold on. I wrote something, where did I wrote it? I wrote something, is it here that I put it? I wrote a thing about what my goals were for the, like, what were my monthly plans? Where is this one? Okay. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so for the most part, okay, so I put for myself that for the actual book, I gave myself the break to just have it done in like in a span of the summertime. So like it is going to be a long-term project, but I'm hoping that before September I can get it done. And again, between that and like making the merch, I am not too worried about, because I have, like, if I start, as long as I start working on designs now and get some stuff done like probably in May, then I have like a couple of ways of how to get the merch like all set up in time. So the hope is that the merch designs, I can get it done, and then between June and July I can like get that merch sent. There's also another thing that I'm also going to be doing in regards to that, but I will talk more about that when the time comes. But yeah, that's kind of been like my main goal for this year. I actually wanted to talk about that. My main goal for this year is I really want to like try to publish a book. And I'm hoping, and I've actually taken like an important first step. Like I'm still, you know, it's a first step that it's not like a huge deal, but I'm hoping that if I can just push myself to like actually make this a reality, like make this book a reality, it's gonna help me out so much, because it's something that like I really want to do. So yeah, the main plans is like the main plan is to work on the book and to work on merch. And depending on how things go between now and the summertime, maybe I'll work on another thing that I want to do. But for now, between that's going to be my main priority. And I'm really hoping that I can do that kind of stuff. And another thing I want to talk about, this one I wrote down overcoming low self-esteem. So I'll be honest, guys. One of the things I've been thinking a lot about, I mean, I've been also like, you know, talking about this with my therapist, is like, one of my personal goals is I'm trying to like overcome like issues, like, you know, I'll admit I don't have the best self-esteem in the world, but I do feel like I'm a lot better than I used to be. And I find that I think that self-esteem I definitely want to work on personally, because there's a few things I really want to do, and I find that my low self-esteem has held me back, you know, and I think it's also led to a lot of like personal insecurities and me being so scared of things. Like, you know, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit scared of commitment, and I think that's kind of affected me in like on the the one hand, I'll say this, I have been taking therapy, and I do think like I've done a lot of improvements in the last few years, so that's a good thing. But on the other hand, I think now that I start to understand myself more, I think it's important for me that it's like, yes, like the therapy has helped me out, but there are certain things that I need to consciously make the choice to push myself through, you know, get out of my comfort zone and do it. Because there's only so much therapy can do that when you're not having to do anything. But at the end of the day, you know, I always say this, therapy is no different than going to a doctor with a broken leg, where yeah, a doctor can give you a cast and medication and tell you to like, okay, for the next couple of weeks, don't move around a lot. And it's like, they give you that, but the thing is, you have to follow the doctor's orders, because if you don't follow the orders, you know, you could not take the medication, take off the cast, and like walk around. Like, you don't have to follow the doctor's orders, but like your leg won't get better. So it's the same thing with therapy. Therapy is kind of the same, where, you know, if your therapist talks to you about focusing on something, it's important to remember that, you know, and that's something I've been doing. So I'll say this, I'm not gonna lie, like there's things I know I can do better, especially both as an artist and a streamer. So I really do thank a lot of people for being patient with me, because I know I'm not the best at that. I'm not the best at that, but I am trying, and I do think that I am getting better. It's just one of those things where, like, I'm not gonna lie, I wish I could be better now. Like I'm very impatient in terms of like, why is it that my journey is taking me so many fucking years, but it feels like everybody else takes like 6 months? And it's like, I know that's not true. I know everybody else, it takes years too, but it's like I feel like it's taking way longer for me than it does for everybody else. So it's one of those things where that's like the frustrating part for me. But I do want to be patient with myself. I gotta remind myself to be patient with myself, because like at the end of the day, like this is my journey, but it's important that as long as I stay on that path and don't stray away, it's gonna work out in the end. I have to tell myself that, you know. And then the last thing I'm gonna say, like, again, this is gonna be a short stream because again, I screwed up with OBS earlier. The last thing I'm gonna say is that my hope for like later this year is, I really do hope I can get that book published. I've been talking to this one person that has helped me with editing the book a little bit, and the thing is, I kind of want to publish the book in a way where I can get a physical copy. I know there's like the Amazon self-publishing thing, but the thing is, like, I don't feel confident with the self-publishing, because here's the thing, the person I was talking to told me that technically I don't need to do this, but I'm not 100% sure about it. Like, because for me, when I think of self-publishing, I think of like, oh, to succeed, you have to have like a big following, like loyal followers and stuff like that. And the thing is, I don't really have that. Like, that's why I kind of wanted to do the traditional publishing, because I figured, like, you know, usually traditional publishing gives you like the marketing and stuff like that, and then they can get your book in a store. But like, I was told like you don't really need to have a big publishing, you can like do self-publishing without that. So I'm hoping that that works out. But I do, when I do publish it, I do plan on like advertising it here and in all the other places. It's just that like I want to make sure that everything goes well with that. So and the thing is, I did this on purpose. I will say this. Actually, you know what? I won't reveal what I'm about to say, but all I'm gonna say is that at the end of the day, as long as I can get like a learning experience from it, I think that's important. I did not purposely went with one of my more one of the ideas that I'm absolutely in love with. I went with something that I think is, I still care about the idea, I still care about the book, but it's one of those things where I'm okay with it if it fails. Not fails, but like if it doesn't do super well, I'm okay with that. I can live with it, because at the end of the day, it could be a learning experience. I do want things to succeed. I do want to put effort and love into it. It is something I do care about. Like, I do take it very seriously, but it's one of those things where I'm also in the mentality of like, you know, it's important to not, like, for your first project, don't let it be an idea that you really wanted to succeed. Let it be an idea let it be an idea that that you are okay with it failing because you can at least learn from it. So that's kind of the mentality that I'm going with, but at the same time, I still want good things to happen. And I don't know, who knows, maybe the first book, I might get really lucky and it, like, I don't know, does way better than I expected to. So I don't know, maybe I might get really lucky on that. But the point I'm trying to say is, like, that's really my main hope for this year, is to finally publish like a children's book. And then I'm just hoping that I can, I'm not gonna lie, I've been a little bit weird with art lately. Like, I've been doing a lot of personal art, which is therapeutic, but when it comes to the stuff I wanted to do, like, I haven't been doing a lot of monthly stuff because I've been like a little, I don't want to say burned out. Like, I've been doing a lot of personal stuff, but it's really stuff that I don't want to really put it, well, not that I don't want to put it online, but it's one of those things where it's kind of like my own, like, I don't want to have the pressure of like, oh, how many people loved it or how many people liked it or stuff. I don't want to have to deal with that. So sometimes I kind of just draw shit that I'm like, I don't want to really post it. I like this. But I'm also like, I think I could save it as is, you know? So like, yeah, I think honestly that's all I wanted to say. So yeah, again, I'm so sorry this feels like such a short stream. Again, it was supposed to be longer, but like OBS fucked up earlier, so I had to like redo stuff. What I will say is that streaming wise, again, I do want to strive to have at least 2 or 3 streams a week, just because that's a bit more doable. I definitely, when I get back, want to play Tomodachi. Oh, hi you Squid, welcome on in. I'm actually about to wrap up. Don't look at the other VODs. I fucked up with OBS. But when I do get back after the 20th, like I said, I won't be back, I won't start streaming on the 20th or the 21st. It's probably gonna be later that week. But when I do get back from my big trip, one of the games I definitely want to continue playing is Tomodachi Life. I've been remaking my character there a little bit, but I also have a lot of ideas. I will say, like, apparently the limit is 70, which it's a little lower compared to the original, which was 100, but I still think 70 is like a lot. Like I'll say this, 70 is still like a lot to play with. And also, unlike the 3DS version, it's entirely possible they might update it. Maybe there's gonna make like a Switch 2, and the Switch 2 version you can have 100. Like 70 is like the default for both, but maybe for Switch 2 it gets cranked up to 100 because it has better performances. Who knows? Anyways, I still want to do like 2 to 3 streams a week. Again, I will be working on like my children's book and then merch that I'm gonna be trying to sell. Hopefully maybe make a shop for, like, I have a lot of ideas for merch, things I really want to get the ball rolling. So there might be a couple of weeks where I might not be able to stream, but it's stuff that I'm working on. And you know, if things go really well in the summer, maybe I can start working on another project that I have in mind. Actually, depending on how well it does, maybe I could even do another one. Like, I don't know, we'll see. I don't want to jump the gun, but you know, it's important to like plan ahead. But I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Again, I'm really sorry for how weird this stream has been, but like I just want to kind of like wrap things up. And to anybody that's been around, I do want to say thank you for your time, thank you for your patience, thanks for putting up with me. I know I'm not the most consistent or active streamer, I know I'm not the most consistent or active artist. I still struggle a lot with things like low self-esteem and mood swings and anxiety and stuff, so I'm not the best, but I do try, and I do think I've been improving like year by year. So I really want to thank anybody who's stuck around with me. Like, thank you so much. Like, I really do mean it. Oh my god, this is not a graduation. This is not a graduation. I'm just going on a trip. Why the fuck do I sound like I'm graduating? I'm not graduating. I'm going on a fucking trip. But anyways, in all seriousness, like, thank you to everybody who's like, you know, like, who's put up with me and my inconsistencies. I really do appreciate it. All right, well, I think I'm gonna end it here, and I guess before I go, I will say to everybody listening on this, whether you're on the stream or you're watching via VOD, just please take care of yourself. I was talking about low self-esteem earlier, and I think it's very common for a lot of people, especially if you're an artist or a creator or do some kind of creative passion, to have low self-esteem. But just remember that, you know, don't judge your worth as a person based off of like your skills or talent or your career or work. Like, you are enough. You are more than enough. Like, you are valuable just yourself on your own. You don't need to be like Picasso or have the best talent in the world. You are enough already. So, you know, it's important to remember that if you're having a bad day, if you're going through a lot, just remember that it's not you or your art or anything that you're doing. You know, it's just low self-esteem is a bitch. It's an absolute bitch, and it makes you hate yourself. It makes you hate your art. It makes you have a doom or defeatist mindset. So my honest advice is just please take care of yourselves. You know, take a break from the internet. Surround yourself with things you love, with the people who love you and accept you. You know, it's okay to have like a low day where you're not feeling so great. You know, lie down, take a deep breath, maybe enjoy yourself, you know, write in a journal, you know, draw in a sketchbook. Honestly, even if you don't like writing, like even like typing in like the notepad on your phone, like the note thingy on your phone, like that has helped me in the past. But more importantly, as I'm going on this break, just remember to like please take care of yourself. Like, just like be conscious of your low self-esteem, but in a way that you're taking care of your mental health. You know, like, you don't need to fall in love with yourself completely, but don't hate yourself either. You know, that's the way I see it. It's like, you don't need to fall in love with yourself, but don't hate yourself. You know, give yourself a break, you know. Yeah, I think that's really all I have to say. So yeah guys, I'll be gone for what, like 3 weeks, like a couple of weeks, but I will be back in April, like in the week of April 20th. So I will be active on social media, you know, X, Twitter, Blue Sky. I will be active, and maybe I might share a few pictures, but in the meantime, I will say, like, you guys, you know, again, take care of yourselves. I will be back before you know it. And again, thank you for putting up with me, putting up with my inconsistencies and my impatience. And yeah, you guys have a good night. Have a good rest of the week. I don't know if anybody's watching the Mario movie tomorrow. I'll be watching it. I'm excited. But I'll probably post something like a non-spoiler thing tomorrow after I watch it. But yeah, like, you guys, I hope you guys have an amazing April. I will be back after the 20th of April. So until then, please take care of yourself. Be mindful of your self-esteem. You are worthy. You are loved. You are valuable. That you are enough. Like, you don't need like high talent or anything like that. And maybe a few weeks before I can watch wait, what is that? TSMGM? Wait, I'm not sorry, I don't know the abbreviation. I don't know the abbreviation, but anyways, regardless, yeah, you guys take care. The Mario Galaxy movie. Okay, sorry, Mario Galaxy movie. Okay, all right. I won't, for the sake of it, I won't post. Okay, I will if I do post like a spoiler thing, I'm gonna put like the censor thingy, like, you know how in social media they have the little censor thingy. So I won't post it on like the actual, if I do write a spoiler thing, I'm not gonna like post it on my status. I'll write it in my notes and then put a censor over it. So like, if you want to avoid spoilers, like, don't worry, I'm not gonna be a jerk about that. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna head out now. Please take care of yourselves. Please take it easy. Be mindful. Take care of your mental and physical health. I will be back in a couple of weeks after April 20th. I'll keep you guys posted online. I'll still be active on online on social media. You guys take care. Have a good night, and I will see you guys in a few weeks. Bye everybody. Bye bye.